story now. Get your papers in order or leave.
That's the Gauteng ANC Provincial Task Team's co-convener and Premier's message to undocumented migrants.
Panyaza Lesufi was speaking at his party's meeting at the weekend.
Comrades, we can't have an informal settlement where over 65% of its citizens are undocumented foreign citizens in our own country. It must come to an end. We must be very firm on these things, comrades. And no one must characterize this otherwise. There is no country that can agree that you have people that you don't know who they are, where they come from, where they sleep, what they do, and they are in our country doing as they wish. That period of honeymoon must come to an end. We must be very firm. You document yourself or you leave us in peace. Our hospitals are overflowing when South Africans are requested to come with an ID document to identify themselves. They don't have to identify themselves but expect to be serviced.
Well, Masigo, this brings us to our viewer question this morning.
It absolutely does.
The topic that Panyaza Lesufi was mentioning there and making us ask so many other questions. But he'll be joining us later on this morning. We'll put some of those to him. But for you as our viewer, we have this question.
Why do you think authorities are failing to stop the influx of undocumented migrants into the country? And what must be done to end this? Like we said in our introduction to the show this morning, this is something we all know, and the laws and policies are there. Is it an issue of them not being implemented? Even bylaws, Braden. These informal settlements are mushrooming everywhere. You buy a house in Fourways, for example. You're paying the bank 20,000 Rand a month towards your bond. Then you wake up, there's an informal settlement next to your house, and what happens to the value?
Yeah, there's so many questions that come out of this. As you say, Masigo, the laws are there. Policies are there. Are they being implemented or not? Or is it time maybe to shore some of them up, to make them even stronger? We don't know. You tell us why you think the authorities are not able to stop the influx of undocumented migrants into the country.
Yeah, but obviously we're not saying the issue around the mushrooming of informal settlements is the fault only of particularly the operative word being undocumented foreign nationals. It's also a government issue where, promises were made in the Freedom Charter, in the Constitution, to say that, you will give people proper housing. You haven't done so. So people are just desperately building any way that they can. So the problem goes deeper. But that's the question we have for you this morning.
Yeah, give us a view. I mean, there's no country in the world today that's free of economic migrants, but how you manage them is to make sure that it's all done legally. You don't want undocumented people around. That's the view that Panyaza Lesufi expressed there, but we want your thoughts. Why do you think authorities are failing? Tell us on X at ENCA, on Facebook, ENCA News.
Yeah, and of course, we'll bring you some of those comments later on in the show. This is towards the end of the show. I noticed somebody thought that we don't share our viewer comments.
Yes.
This is towards the end of the show. So towards your 8:50 a.m., you can watch to see if your comment has made it on screen.
And sometimes we also share them on the screens during the show. So be on the lookout. And we can't share each and every comment. We love it when you engage with us, but time is just not in our favor to be able to share the long list of your comments, which we appreciate, but keep it going. Keep engaging.
But if you keep watching, your comment will probably make it on screen, not necessarily for us to read it out, but throughout the 3 hours, Manzini, Zamazungu, she puts your comments on screen. Don't worry, we've got you.
Okay, so as you have seen in the video from the ENCA, the question they ask is pretty simple. Do you think the government have failed to work on undocumented or illegal immigrants? Do you think the authorities in South Africa have failed to do this? At the comment section, let's see what you think and what is your take about that issue, okay? Well, the name is Vidashi. This is Vidashi Studios, and we are discussing Africa and Africa and beyond, okay? This is something concerning the South African people. They are also part of Africa. We are discussing them too. Now, you can share your point of view, though, but I'm also here to share some people's point of view as well, so that you can know what to say. Well, this one says, South Africa's borders are basically suggestion lines. Cross if you feel like it. After 30 years of ANC corruption, even the gas are undocumented. Yo. It says South Africa's borders is a suggestion line. You just have to decide if you go across or you won't cross. After 30 years of the ANC in power, she is saying that even the Ghas are undocumented people. What do you mean by that, Sissy? What are you saying? Well, again, this one says, because failures serve someone, cheap labor, political leverage, and broken borders all benefit those in power. Okay, so this one is saying that because failures service someone, the cheap levers, the political leverage, and the broken borders are all benefits to some people in power. Now, this one says, rebuild borders and start to clean from inside. Besides that, we have an unwilling government who created these problems, and now they believe documenting them will solve the issue. Actually, they are creating another problems, overpopulation. Wow. Okay. Well, to your point of view, that overpopulation is not a problem to the government, though, because overpopulation can actually increase taxes, and more taxes means more money, and more money means more spending. So basically, it's your loss, it's their win. That is how governance actually work. But it's not a problem for them, though. It's actually a problem, but it's not a problem for them. It's actually a win for them. The more your citizens actually increase, the more taxes you earn. The more taxes you earn, the more money you get. The more money you get, the more you get to chop. You have to understand that point of view. Well, lastly, this one says, nothing will change for as long as ANC remains in power. They cause this mess. They see nothing wrong with it, and we need a different patriotic party to fix it. So this is what it takes from various South African people and how they believe this issue can be resolved. As you two, you are also, will you also be able to share your concerns and let us know what is your take on this matters and what you think needs to be done concerning this issue. The name of Vidashi, this African time, as I said, let's see your point of view concerning this issue. Thank you for your time, and see you guys around for more updates concerning Africa and beyond. See you guys around.